What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the last Gritty Iron Gang of 2023. Happy New Year's Eve. Hope you guys are having a spectacular start to your New Year's Eve. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Gritty Iron Gang. We're going to talk all about NFL Week 17 today. Boys and girls, who's got fucking goosebumps right now? Because I do.
Oh, wait.
I do. Oh, baby. We're ready to fucking party with you guys. Welcome to the show, guys. My name is Sweatpant Jesus.
Shaggy Bets.
VSauce right here.
And I'm just Sukh. Let's get it.
Yep. Oh shit. Affleck and Damon live together as always. Let's get it. Oh wow, I love this. 4 people. Yeah, we got 4 people. We usually have 4 people. We missed a couple people last week.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped the ball and kind of slept through stream. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who was that?
I don't know. Who was it?
Word was probably blacked out. Not really sure. I don't know who that was though.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but if you're gonna call yourself out, then that's fine.
I mean, I don't know who it was. I don't know who I'm calling out. I have no idea.
Absolutely no clue. Absolutely no idea. But the good news is you're here with us today. You guys are all here with us today. We're so glad. We got so many goats in chat already. Last stream was a banger. Thank you, Larry Paid. I hope you got paid. You're going to get paid today by tuning in with us. We appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much for stopping by today for your last of the 2023 year Gritty Iron Gang. This is brought to you by Betting News. You guys know the deal. Go to bettingnews.com for a little bit of everything on the sports betting slate every single day, and it's free. FREE. You ain't got to pay a cent to go and vibe with us on Betting News. Go check it out, bettingnews.com. They sponsor this channel, and they allow us to put our scribbles out there for all of you guys to read and enjoy. So we really appreciate you guys being with us today. If you're watching us on Twitter, thanks so much. If you're not watching us on Twitter, if you don't follow us on Twitter already, please go do that at Your Betting News. Dude, that's a perfect day for it right there.
He does it by accident at this point.
He's not even trying anymore.
Yeah, you know.
There it is. We go follow us on Twitter if you're already following us on Twitch or Twitter or YouTube. We just appreciate the love, guys. We're so excited to have you with us for the end of 2023. Super stoked for what we got moving forward in 2024. So hang out with us for the rest of the show today. We're going to talk all about the NFL today, guys. I mean,
Tonight. You gotta
I don't
save
know.
it for tonight. Tonight's the night, right?
I don't know. How's Shaggy feeling? Shag,
I'm
how you feeling? You feel
so
better?
much better, dude. Oh yeah. We are back to our regular scheduled programming. Throat's a little sore still, but that's from me getting fucked by the books. So it is what it is. We'll get it back today, right?
Goddamn.
It was a rough day yesterday. Let me
down.
tell you that. Florida State. What am I fucking thinking, dude?
Yeah. Woof, dude. Woof. I'm so glad I did not tap that button with you guys.
Get
Ooh.
later.
Hey, man. All right, I'll say this. What's up, homie? Thanks for coming back after yesterday. Just tell you this. This is the number one rule of Fight Club around here at Betting News. We do not apologize for the plays. There is no sorry in our vocabulary. You did not get out there and play for the Lakers. So there's no sorry necessary
Either.
And number two rule of Fight Club: we love it when the Lakers lose.
Did you see? All right, we're gonna talk about some ref action really fast before we dive in today. We're gonna play Stud or Dud. We're gonna get into the slate, kind of go game by game because it's a beautiful slate today. The second to last regular season slate. Next week will obviously be the final. We will have Gritty Iron Gang next week in 2024 with you guys, but last one of 2023 today. And then we'll cook up a parlay and cook up a lotto and then send you off into this beautiful 2023. But before we do that, so 2 egregious NFL and NBA refereeing decisions were made last night. I don't know if you guys saw both of them. The first one was in the end of the Lions-Cowboys game. And I know you two didn't because you were doing a VSauce. Oh, God. So the first one was the Lions go down to score a touchdown to tie the game. And, I mean, everybody and their mother knew that they were going to go for 2 because that's what Dan Campbell does. He lays his balls on the line every single day. I love it. They go for 2 they do a trick play with an eligible lineman that comes in and reports. But they tried to trick the Cowboys by bringing on another lineman to look like he's the one that's reporting, but he was actually not the one that was reporting. It was the actual left tackle who was reporting. It apparently was so confusing. It even not only was it confusing for the Cowboys, it confused the head referee Brad Allen to where he thought whoever was reporting actually was not reporting, and the person that was supposed to be fake reporting he thought was actually reporting, and they ended up calling a penalty on the play, which would have then given them the 2-point conversion. It was the craziest thing I've ever watched on TV. However, then after the penalty, they didn't kick the extra point. They went for it again. But then they got another penalty, got it back to the 3.5 yard line. And I'm like, oh, surely now they're just going to fucking kick the extra point and go to overtime. Surely. No, they went for it again. And then they lost. Just the craziest. I mean, but the whole thing about Brad Allen not understanding who was reporting and who wasn't reporting, like, what the fuck are we doing? You stared at the guy in his face who was supposed to be reporting. It was just absolutely whack. I don't know if you guys have actually seen the whole video of, like, I mean, I watched it live, but have you seen the whole video, the whole thing?
I have no idea what happened after 5 p.m. yesterday. So you missed me with that shit.
I went back and watched it. I mean, it looked like, you know, like you said, they both went to talk to him. Jared Goff, even there's video of him sending number 68 to the refs to report. You know, they sent the 2 linemen out there, said whatever to the refs, and yeah, apparently it got lost in translation. But that is just a fumble by the NFL referees. I mean, that is your job to understand what's going on. And yeah, it cost Detroit the game.
Not to bring up Salt, but that's the same guy the same refereeing crew and the same head referee that missed the MVS egregious pass. Yeah, missed.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
I know, I'm sure you are. But not only so obviously that happened on the Gridiron last night, which was a great football game, really good game. However, it was LeBron's birthday, playing the Lakers. The Lakers playing the Timberwolves in Minnesota last night, and LeBron James hit a 3-pointer, which he thought was going to tie the game to send it to overtime.
Oh yeah.
However, after further review, it was deemed that it was a 2-pointer because his foot was on the line. Now, if you look at the replay. Hey, V is alive. We have a Chef T in the house. What's up, baby? I hope this happens. We'll talk about this in a minute because I need him for my fantasy team. How can you miss that his foot was very much so not on the line? It wasn't on the line. Like, they have the visual picture of it. Like,
V had an interesting point about this. He thinks it was the shoe. He thinks the shoe affected what we see visually.
I think because he was wearing like those like darkish, like light blue shoes. I think it blended in with the line, like the 3-point line a little bit more. I really think the white shoes would have solved the problem and shown that he wasn't on the line, that it was a 3.
Oh.
I agree with the 3.
Oh, okay. See, yeah. I was gonna say, dude. All right, let's.
No,
I don't want to fight this early in the morning.
It was just the shoes. Yeah. It's like,
oh, let's fight.
Right?
No,
it was fantastic for me as a Lakers hater, but it was a 3 for sure. It was for sure a 3.
I just don't understand, and this we'll move on from this. Otherwise, we'll spend the entire show just talking about this. How do you miss these calls? We've actually talked about it on the show before, talking about the NFL stuff, that every play should be reviewable, especially in the last 2 minutes. If they made every single play reviewable, you still have the same amount of challenges. That doesn't change anything. Get the inflatables where they at. Yep, exactly. Like it's one of those deals where this is happening too much now in all of the leagues, but especially in the NFL, to where these plays are causing the games to change the outcomes, which is obviously there's so much money at stake from our perspective, but also in general. They can't have it anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen in the offseason if they end up changing something or if they just say, fuck it, it doesn't matter. Be very interested to see. But crazy night last night in the from the refereeing. The Zebras had a fun time last night. So let's see if we can get away from the Zebras today. Yeah, we got the inflatables. Where are the inflatables? Where are they? Here they are. Bing bong. We need to make inflatable photos with all of our heads just in case.
Just in case.
Exactly.
All the different pairings.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm just gonna fly to Kansas and fight Shaggy.
in Jello, in the mud.
In the mud.
Nice. Gents, what's up, Hovey? How's it going, buddy?
Shaggy,
we'll drop the link.
Looks like he could throw a haymaker. Shaggy looks like he could throw a haymaker.
You don't want to fuck with me, bro.
Have you been in a fight before?
I'm a little scrappy.
Yeah, I grew up scrappy too.
I do what it takes to win.
I did the opposite glow up, where I grew up scrappy and then I went to a prep school where everyone was a pussy, including me. What's up, baby?
Bro, I've never been in a fight in my life. What do you mean?
Neither have I.
No.
VSauce.
No.
I never punched anybody in the face.
All peace. No
All
hate.
peace, no love.
Oh no, I'm talking bullshit. I've never been in a fight, but like if I did, you know.
Bro, you guys never been in a scrap? Anybody?
No, I have.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I played sports, and I had multiple moments where I could have been in a fight, but I chose to not be in a fight. I'm also a big dude, man. Like, I don't want to. I got in one scrap with my cousin, and I was.
My ass.
Full transparency.
SPJ's whole problem is that he's
transparency.
6'5". If he slaps anyone, he's punching down.
Well,
Bro,
no, see, this is the deal. I've got in a fight with my cousin because my cousin is one of the few people in life that can truly piss me off. And so we were hanging out. We got a little drunk, and we were scrapping. And he was like, "Bro, I want to wrestle you." This has been like a 3-year joke that he could beat me wrestling, and I was over it. I was done. I was tired of this conversation anymore, and I was like, "This is finished." And so we actually wrestled, and I broke his foot. So yeah,
yo,
that's the only time I chose violence. Yeah, hey man.
Sometimes you gotta teach lessons.
It was bad. It was very bad. But that's the only time, and that's it. That's all I needed.
It's like I gave you 3 years before I had to teach you this lesson, man. 3 years.
Because he kept bitching at me. He was like, "I'm gonna wrestle you. I'm gonna beat you." And I was like, "Dude, Seth, we're not doing this. We are not doing this." And finally,
Seth would get his ass kicked. Seth would get his ass kicked.
Oh my god! You clip this and send it to Seth.
I don't know. We're not really close anymore. I don't know if you'd like that very much.
It might be because you broke his foot.
It's always the cousins, man. Oh.
All right.
Let's move on.
Move on, boys. Move on.
15 minutes in, not a single play has been talked about.
Yeah, naturally.
But people are loving the vibes as always. Okay, this is your friendly reminder to go set your fantasy lineups. A lot of you guys might be in the championship this weekend. Hope you are. I'm actually in the championship. I'm in the second round of the playoffs of the championship game. I was against CeeDee Lamb last night, but I had Dak. So, hoof. We'll see what happens. But this is your friendly reminder. Go set your fantasy lineups. We're going to drop a couple guys that are going to we think could be studs or duds. You guys are going to tell us whether they're going to be studs or duds, and we are going to talk about it live on here. There are 3 quarterbacks who are in interesting positions this week, who have a chance to clinch their divisions, or also have a chance who are starting a game that have not started in a hot minute. So, Sukh made these graphics. I just kind of made it up on the fly. We'll see what happens. Number 1, Baker Mayfield. Baker
Number
boy.
1, what?
Hosting the Saints. Now, I don't have these statistics. I don't have the statistics of how he is ranked in fantasy this week. However, Baker Mayfield has been really, really good for the past month of the season, all season, really. So, gents, what do we think? Sukh, I'm not going to let you go first on this one. V, I'll let you go first.
Really?
I know. V, is the Baker Mayfield going to be a stud or dud today against this pretty pesky Saints defense?
I'm going to say he's going to be a fucking dud because I want him to be a stud. I don't want to be the guy that believes in him all of a sudden today just to watch him, play like shit. No, I want him to do well today, so I'm going to say it. Baker's going to be a dud. He's going to dud it up today, but he's going to get these guys into the playoffs.
Baker's going to have the fucking same performance you had last night at the club, buddy.
That does not bode well for the Bucks. That does not bode well for the Bucks at all.
Oh no!
You made me take my hat off, man. Baker's a stud. Shaggy, go before I kill this guy.
This guy didn't even look like that.
You're gonna add me to the list, bro. I kind of lean dud as well. This Saints defense is pesky. Yeah, it helps that Tampa Bay's at home, but Baker hasn't done too well in his 2 career games against New Orleans, and I mean these secondary defensive numbers for the Saints just scare me off of any Baker Mayfield type prop. Even with winning 4 in a row, chance to, do they clinch today? Will they clinch if they win?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They will clinch. Yeah. I mean, but New Orleans could tie the record as well. So, I mean, the Saints are going to come to play. I lean dud just because this is a real stay away game for me.
All right, so I'm not gonna say anything. All I'm gonna do is just bring up a guest.
Bring up
our boy from Target, live from Target. So guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but this is actually the Target man. Have you guys seen the videos of the Target guy that goes to Target?
Yeah,
this is actually the Target guy.
Chef, show us your tripod.
Yeah, have you been filming yourself like walking around Target with your daughter, right? That's how you actually spend your time.
What is it? What Target guy?
Chef
You ever seen the Target
He
guy?
doesn't know, bro.
He has no idea.
He has no clue.
Wow. All right. Well, that went
We'll
by.
send it to you.
Enlighten
Yeah,
me.
We'll send it to you afterwards. There's a guy that basically does the cringiest TikTok videos of all time, where he just gets ready and goes to Target and comes back home, and that's it. And it's
He like
disgusting.
vlogs himself going to Target, puts music behind it, sets up the tripod like to park his car, to check out. Like it's kind of
And he's literally at Target buying like what you're doing at Target, like buying fucking detergent and stuff. So
Oh no, I'm killing time with the toddler. This is what I'm doing.
see, this would be way better content for this guy, but
Naya,
whatever.
Naya, hey, say
Naya,
hi.
what are the locks? Hi, Naya.
I know, yeah.
Talk. So
It's a friendly, family-friendly program. All right, buddy. What are the nukes today? What do you like out there?
All right, so I just heard an interesting snippet from our friend Shaggy about not taking Baker Mayfield. That's interesting. Why is that?
Shaggy does crack.
You know what's what's at stake here for Mr. Mayfield.
What is it?
Mr. Mayfield. I love that. Mr.
Enlighten me.
And this is my theory. Well, so there's a solidified stake, and then there's a theory, and I'm sure Sukh, you're all over this, but if he finishes,
I don't know if Sukh's all over a lot of things right now.
If he finishes top in, I was looking at incentives at like midnight last night, and if he finishes top in certain amounts of category for each quarterback rating, for each passer rating, for yada 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 yada, he gets a certain incentive, a bonus, right? And so if he continues this and he has a really good game, which he's been having really good games these past couple times, especially at home, he will continue to be in that realm of incentives. He's right at the cusp of a couple of them, right at the cusp. So it's in his best interest to, and his, I mean, all these guys are shooting for these incentives, and the teammates are in on it too. So these guys are going to ball the fuck out when they can.
He has a $1 million incentive to win the division.
Okay. And then
in my defense, I've been wrong a lot this NFL season, so there's that.
Well, the other thing too is that the Saints defense is pretty good against the pass. So it's not like this is coming from a statistical background that from a perspective of like, if you're expecting him to have another 350 passing yard game, then I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I love the incentive based argument.
No, I would just say a completion percentage. I would just say just a good game. You don't need to nuke things. Just have a good rating, a good QBR rating. And that means that, Mike Evans is going to have to catch 6 or 7. He's going to have 90 yards. He's got Godwin, he's got Otten. But I really like this between Evans and Godwin. I think they're going to help Baker out. I really like them in this spot. And on the backside of that, the Bucks secondary sucks. So it's going to be kind of a shootout. I mean, I know Olave's been hot. I think he might have a really good game too, but it's going to be a really good game. This is one of the good games I'm actually looking forward to.
He's with his daughter. Shut up, Blazing Waffle.
What does it say?
It said, "Why is Chef hanging in the kids' toy aisle?" I just had to clarify that he's with his kid, so he's being a W dad right now.
He's vetted. He's vetted.
Yeah, W dad.
He's allowed to be there.
W dad. Yeah. All right. So I want to hear you. Right. So we've got the Baker Mayfield love. What is the move with Fields rushing yards today?
Dude, I'm in the Target toy aisle, so I don't know. But when I was looking earlier, they don't have Fields alt rushing yards up, and his line dropped to 55. That makes me think he's going to go for 80 or 90 right now. It's snowing in Chicago. I think it's home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
There's no reason that Fields won't just absolutely take a freaking 61-yard sprint down the line for a touchdown, just like last year. I'm heavily on his rushing yards right now. So, and I haven't said that all season. So I get
that's true.
I get this.
We need
one pass. We need him bad.
We need him.
He's like the last leg of our 6-legger that needs to smack. Everything else is looking very nice.
We need 6 Travis Kelce receptions. We need half a Myles Garrett sack. And then we need 246 rushing yards from Fields. to smack all 6.
Okay. I mean,
So
a solid 150 today would really put us in business.
We need a lot of rushing yards from Fields.
Something's telling me
5
that
of 6 is looking great, but
I don't know why the books don't have his alt line up for rushing yards, and for them to drop to 55 is a little bit telling to me, trying to get people to be scared off it. So yeah. I'm heavily on Fields rushing yards today. Heavily.
Word.
Yes, that is
all right,
that
buddy.
Is what we need.
It's for our season-long entry.
Yeah,
so.
it's for our season-long.
Dude, this would have
5 of 6 will pay.
This would have cashed with ease if he didn't get hurt, like with ease.
I agree.
Man.
I agree.
All right, buddy. Well, appreciate you popping in from Target. Go watch that. Go just Google or go to TikTok and just Google
I just sent
Target.
you a link, Chef.
Watch the Target guy, and now you'll understand what we're talking about.
All right, boys. Smack all your bets today. Let's have a goddamn day, huh?
Much love, baby.
Later,
appreciate
Chef.
you popping in,
love
buddy.
You, all right.
Love you too, homie. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Wait, we need her leans.
Need her leans.
Oh my god,
He's
good
gone.
stuff. And he's gone. You guys can also join the program today if you want. This is a show for you guys today. The only show that we do for you guys. Well, we do them all for you guys. But if you want to pop in, here's the link. Drop it in.
Just drop the link.
If you want to give us a play. If you guys want to give us a play as well. Okay, so let's get back to. We can move on from Baker. We've discussed it enough. I don't want Sukh to literally like throw his table on the ground.
Bake? You don't want me to bake?
No, absolutely not. Oh, we got Hovey in the house from the course.
Ayo.
From the course.
Hey,
what's up, Hove, man?
What up, boys? How are we?
How are you?
Good, buddy. How are you? Happy New Year's Eve.
What's
Happy New
good?
Year's. I don't know how my connection's gonna be here, so I'll try to make this shit as quick as possible.
Short and sweet, baby.
We're just touching dudes that are looking to break records today, and that's it. Gonna start with Puka. Obviously, 9 catches away from the receiving record, 104 yards away from the receiving yards record, I'm pretty sure. Go up against a shitty Giants secondary. I see no problem with him hitting this number, and we know Stafford is going to want him to hit it as well. Second, we're going with your boys in Tennessee. We're going DeAndre Hopkins over receiving yards.
Yes,
he's about 71 yards away, I think, from getting 1,000 yards on the season. He's going to want it. Everyone, obviously, he's a wide receiver. They're going to give him the rock, and it's that simple. Going up against a shitty Texans secondary, probably top 3 worst in the league. It just makes sense not to take it. Shaggy, Travis Kelce is getting in the fucking end zone today, man. I know I come on here every 2 weeks, and I fucking the past 2 weeks
it needs to happen.
I don't fucking care. Today has to. If he doesn't get in today, I don't know when he'll ever get in. Legit.
Yep.
Honestly, he might even get in for 2. Honestly, at plus 500 realistically. Chiefs are going to be out in demon mode. What else? That's really honestly this week. I'm just doing really bozo packs. Like I got CMC and Kelsey in LA, 49ers, Chiefs, and Eagles in LA. Just it's that time of the year where the fluke shit really is going to happen. So I'm just going to go with the shit that at least I can kind of handicap. But yeah, that's really it. And then Tyreek Hill over yards just because that's a fucking wagon. But that's really it.
Well, no Waddle and no Mostert, so they got to throw the ball to somebody. So good looks, homie. Well, hit him long and straight, brother. We appreciate you popping in. How are you doing? Where are you at right now on the course?
14th hole, so almost done. Then I get to go take a nap to get ready for fucking later. So I'm trying to get this shit done with.
Let's get it, baby. Gerald's thanking you for quickly, by the way, because he's a Raptors fan.
Gerald, like I thought I was gonna get through this scot-free, bro. Like,
no, grassy ass.
Never, bro. All right, we love you, man. Have a great New Year's. Be safe. Take it easy. Hope you smack all your bets, and we'll catch you in 2024, brother.
As always, and don't forget, Shanahan hates the fucking Commanders. 49ers by 1 million today.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yes, sir.
Get after it, baby. Take it easy, man. Adios. Dude, I love all of it. I already have beans on DeAndre Hopkins. I have Puka Nacua on my fantasy team. I also think that the 49ers are going to just shit all over the Commanders today. I love Brock Purdy in this matchup. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But W. Hovey, man. What a fucking dub.
W. Hovey.
Okay. Okay. A couple more stutter duds, and then we'll talk about the slate. real fast. Let's move through these pretty
Mhm.
quickly. Jared Stidham is starting for the Broncos today against the Chargers, taking over for Russell. I was going to say Russell Westbrook. That's wrong. For Russell Wilson. Crazy, obviously, what happened with that situation. I'm not going to dive into that because we'll talk about that for way too long and waste too much time on it. But Jared Stidham's getting the start today for the Broncos against this really, really bad Chargers secondary. So, gents, what do you think? We got a stud or a dud here for guys that started a game in like a year?
I go with dud, man. Fuck Denver. The Broncos suck.
I'll
They
just go dud because I'm not going to place a bet on it.
Yep. Just
That's how I felt about Baker. Then you came at me like I was shitting on him, and I just wasn't gonna bet on. It's not like I nuked his under.
Did you quietly?
No,
I just woke my whole family up. God,
quite literally.
Who I did nuke here in a second, but I kind of lean stud here. This total, this game's at 38, and I am dying to place the over. Even with these two no-name quarterbacks, I think there's going to be points. I don't really see these defenses coming to play much. And yeah, what do these teams have to lose? I think they're going to come all out offensively. I think 38 is way too low. So I kind of lean stud just because I lean over.
Okay.
I lean stud too because the Chargers defense is trash in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the worst, if not the worst in the NFL. And they've been getting torched by nobodies. And that's no offense to them. They're making great money to play quarterback in the NFL, but they're getting torched by nobodies. So no reason why this guy, I mean, they got Camps, they got Sutton, they got guys, they got Judy, they got dudes that can beat you on the outside. So I'm not going to bet this. No way. Because he could just look like a bozo out there because he hasn't played a football game in a year. But
absolutely.
He could also soar the fuck over. So I lean stud, but I'm with you on that. All right, last one. Sunday Night Football. The last game of 2023, the Vikings taking on the Packers, one of the best NFC North rivalries we have in the game. They're visiting the Vikings. Jordan Love. I know, Shags, you wrote about this game, so I'll let you go first on this one, man. What do you think about Jordan Love? Do you think he has a chance to be a stud tonight, or do you think that he's going to dud it up going into 2023?
Stud it up for sure. I am all over the Green Bay Packers tonight. You can read about that in my scribbles. Love specifically, I mean, I think he just has a kind of a good enough game to win this game. I think the Packers are more motivated. I mean, especially with no TJ Hawk, him going down for the Vikings. Yeah. They're starting Jaron Hall at QB. They're still ahead of the Packers technically in the playoff race, but obviously not if the Packers win this game. Packers are coming to get revenge from earlier in the season. I'm all over the Packers. I have officially 1 unit on their money line at plus 105. I have more than 1 unit on their money line at plus 105, but I have officially just 1 unit. But I love the Packers tonight. I've also got a player prop in this game as well. But go peep the scribbles for there. So I think Love's going to be a stud.
Say less.
Yeah,
I would love that. As a Packers fan, I would love to see them walk into Minnesota, beat their ass, and watch Jordan Love kind of like
Minnesota.
He wants it to be. My fiance is here right now too, so I know she'd love a Packers win today. So let's go Pack. Let's all be cheeseheads today. Go Jordan Love.
We need a Packers dub so that VSauce can go into the New Year's with a present. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need.
He's packing, but they're not packing.
Hey yo, bing bong. Yeah, I agree. I kind of like this. You sold this shit out of it. I won't spend any more time on it. No, all right, that was stud or dud. If you guys,
I was just gonna say, Packers started 2-5. They've won 5 out of their last 8. They're in a position to sneak into these playoffs in this tight NFC race, and so I think they're gonna be fired up to do that.
Chef likes Jaron Hall's rushing yards. He's been talking about this since last night. The Vikings.
The Vikings QB, right?
The Packers allow a bunch of rushing yards to quarterbacks. I was actually looking at this. Puka has this game and next game to beat the record. Yep, he sure does, John. And good matchup today.
Yeah, both games will matter for the Rams too.
Yep, it's great for my fantasy team. I'm very excited about that. I'm really hoping we'll see what happens. Okay, drop who you guys think in the chat. If you have any questions about fantasy stuff, drop them in the chat. Obviously, if you got to go, if you're in the championship or something like that. Yeah, so don't whale the 9 today, John. Exactly. Yeah. But maybe his regular line, you can whale that if you so please. So
maybe if he shits the bed today, then you whale it next week.
Whale it next week. So you can just double whale. You'll
Like
double
we'll be whaling Austin Matthews
No whales.
hat-trick
No
today.
whales.
All right. Yeah, that was
I'll
close.
swim
That was
for
a
it.
close one. Close one. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the slate for today. Obviously, that was a little bit of some, and we got a little bit into some of the games, but we're going to dive into each individual game. We might skip over a few if we don't have any thoughts on them. I already have 10 units pending, so I have 6 bets out there and ladders. So
man.
I've got quite a few things to discuss on this beautiful New Year's Eve. So let's dive in. Let me switch the backgrounds here. We're going to talk about. We're going to move this. We're going to move that, and then we're going to do a bit of this. Okay, so this is the slate for today. Obviously, the 2 games have already been played. The Jets taking on, or kind of taking on, getting taken on by the Browns, and then obviously last night with the craziness that happened in Jerry's world. So let's dive into today. One of the best games on the slate, probably the game of the day. Unfortunately, quite a few Dolphins are not going to be playing in this game, so it's a little bit sus. But the Ravens taking on the Dolphins. Now let me pull up let me see what we got here for some lines in this game. I have no plays in this game myself. I don't know if you guys have any plays or any thoughts on this one. Obviously, it's one of the best games of the day, just from a talent perspective, and also teams that are going to make the playoffs. It's a 3-point spread towards the Ravens. -120 is -3 for the Ravens. They're -174 on the money line. Over/under set at 46.5. It is in Baltimore. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this one. I kind of don't. I kind of just wanted, this would be a game I'd just love to watch and see what happens rather than bet on it personally.
I'm absolutely with you. I stand far away from this one. I was going to be rooting for the Dolphins had the Chiefs still had a shot at that #1 seed, but that's gone now. So I'm going to sit back and enjoy this one. No Mostert or Waddle for the Dolphins. Zay Flowers, he's active for the Ravens. I'm just going to hope for a good football game here.
Yep.
Same.
Same as Shaggy. Same.
Yeah, I would lean with the Ravens to cover, honestly, just because of missing Mostert and missing Waddle, 2 pretty big pieces to this offense. And the Ravens are cooking right now, man. At home in Baltimore, I would lean with the Ravens. 3 feels like a pretty good line. I think they could win by a field goal, but I could also see them winning by 10 or something like that. So, but no plays here. I don't really like anything specifically enough to press a button on this one.
I definitely think this is a game you either lay the points with the Ravens or just take a stab at the money line with the Dolphins. I kind of, I feel like I think that way on a lot of games like this closely, but that's how I see it playing out.
Yeah, absolutely. V, you got any thoughts on this one before we move on?
Not really, man. Like I could dabble on some Tyreek Hill, maybe, but this Ravens defense has been fantastic. Marlon Humphrey has been fantastic, and they just shut teams down. Plus, Baltimore this time of year, Miami's traveling all the way up there, bad weather game. I just think it could be a tough spot for this Miami Dolphins team. I understand that Tyreek Hill, there's no Mostert today, there's no Waddle today, but that just allowed the Baltimore Ravens to game plan around Tyreek Hill, right? Everything that they want, the time they would have spent around Mostert, Waddle, anything like that, those coverages and those schemes now become all directed towards Tyreek Hill.
You're playing Tyreek Hill on a Sunday. This is such an original bet. How did you come up with this?
This guy's not even listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not. I'm saying he could have a tough matchup today. So I'm not really sold on it 100%, but just because the record, maybe. But I'll probably just stay off this game.
No Kyle Hamilton, really?
Yeah, he got hurt last week. I'm pretty sure he's out today. Yeah. So that could change a few things. I don't know. This is I just watch it, I don't think there's anything worth betting in this one. Obviously go for it if you feel like you want to. But
you said you lean with the Ravens. I kind of side with the Dolphins a little bit, but
okay.
I'm sitting back and watching.
No way. All right, let's skip this next. Do you guys have any thoughts on Bills Patriots, or can we skip that?
Absolutely not.
Skip that.
Let's skip that.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Bailey Zappa.
Right.
Get your car keys. Get your car keys.
Get you. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about this Falcons-Bears game. As Chef was talking about Fields rushing yards. I don't have any specific plays in this game. I haven't pressed any buttons here. I do kind of like what he was saying about Fields and his rushing yards, and we also need him for our season-long entry. But besides that, I don't know. Nothing for me on this one. You guys got any thoughts on this game?
I don't really
like
have any thoughts.
rushing yards look a lot today. I don't. Maybe it's just because Chef came in and sold the shit out of it. But like thinking about it too, this Atlanta team is a team that plays in a dome, right? They're not used to this harsh weather this late in the season. And not only that, but Soldier Field is not a kind field when the weather in harsh conditions, right? The field starts coming up, the turf starts coming up. It's honestly fucking terrible. I could see a lot of these Falcons defensive players slipping and sliding all over the place. And feels like we saw him have that big game at the end of the season last year where he was slipping and sliding through the water and doing all that stuff. I can see a very similar type of fun game. The Bears have been a lot of fun to watch over the last few weeks. Even DJ Moore, I just think that this Bears team is kind of moving in the right direction at the right time. You know, they struggled early in the season, but I think they're kind of finally catching their stride. And I think Fields rushing yards over 55.5. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 2.5 point spread towards the Bears, minus 120, a little bit more juice towards the Bears, a minus 152 on the money line at home, over under set at 38.5, a little juice towards the over. Snowy, like Chef said, in Chicago, cold. I think the weather plays a factor in this one. I don't really like Algier rushing yards or mechanics. It could smack, but the Bears actually have the best statistical rushing defense in the NFL. They're really good at stopping the run. Oh, dude, let's go. God bless, brother. Appreciate you being here. Let's go, Keith Montana.
Let's go.
That guy's brown for sure. KD Montana. That guy's brown.
Nice. Yeah. So besides, I think we can all kind of agree that it's Fields rushing yards or maybe nothing, unless Shags, you got a random additional thought.
No, I mean, just back in the Fields rushing yards last week, the Falcons let Gardner Minshew run for 31 yards. Kyler Murray ran for 33 when they played, and then Josh Dobbs had 66 rushing yards when they played the Falcons. So yeah, I could definitely see Fields getting outside and running towards some green grass. I sure hope he does for our season long.
Could be white grass, but yeah he's going to be running towards some grass. All right. Word. Let's move on. I think that might be we might have to come back to that for our lotto.
Ooh.
Okay, let's talk about this next game. The Titans traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. The Texans are 3.5 point favorites at home, still very much so in contention for the AFC South title with the Jaguars and the Colts all kind of sitting at 8 and 6 or 8 and 7?
8 and 7.
They're all tied at 8 and 7 at the top of the division right now. Titans obviously have nothing to play for besides pride at this point and incentives, as Hovey said before. DeAndre Hopkins returning to Houston as a Titan. He has played in Houston previously as an Arizona Cardinal, so it's not like he's never played there before. For over-under set at 43.5. I do have a play in this game. It's DeAndre Hopkins. Hovey said everything he needed to say about it. Also, additionally, this week there was a video that came out of Hopkins getting his haircut in the Titans locker room while he was getting interviewed. As soon as I saw that, I was like, yep, pressing the button. Homie's going nuts this week. Will Levis is also back. He's healthy again. The Texans secondary is actually not very good. Bottom 5 in the NFL. I could very much see Hopkins having a big day today. As Hovey said, there's incentives on the line, but I also think that Levis and Hopkins just want to keep cooking, man. So I like him. I laddered him all the way up to 100. If you want to take 125 plus for plus 600, I don't hate it. Get it to me. Give it to me. I also kind of like King Henry, like Iconics just said, but I like King Henry every week. But he's been really good the past 6 weeks of the season. He had a bad game against the Texans when these teams played 2 weeks ago. I think that it's kind of a revenge spot for King Henry tonight. Yeah, I like this over as well. Definitely. The Titans secondary is not very good. CJ Stroud is back. So I could very much so this being a little bit of a shootout and a fun game.
It's funny. I was telling you yesterday about I was at a family gathering and all my uncles are catching on that this is what I do. So of course, one of them was asking for picks in his NFL Pick'em League. And I didn't have much for him, but this is the one game I actually told him I like Houston. I would be comfortable laying the points with Houston at home. Like you said, really in that playoff contention. They're 2-2 in the division. That's a worse divisional record than the Jags and why am I blanking? And the Colts. So this is a big game for Houston just from a playoff tiebreaker perspective. Although the Titans are fighting for pride, haven't won a divisional game, with the Texans getting all their pieces back. CJ Stroud, Nico Collins is fully healthy. Obviously still no Tank Dell, but he's got his weapons. He's back to full health. I think the Texans come to play today. I don't have beans on it, but
I mean, this pains me to say that I to kind of agree with you, but I would not tell anybody to bet that, man. The Titans are going to do some weird shit and probably win this game for no reason. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there are spots, and we've talked about this before, SPJ, where I do agree with you. Like, Titans probably do some dumb shit and like get the win today. I just think the Texans at home, Stroud is back. Playoffs are still like within reach. The division is within reach with the way the Jags have kind of collapsed. I just think that this is one of those games that you cannot drop. And Levis is back. DeAndre Hopkins is back in like Houston, all of that good stuff. That's fantastic. I just think that the Texans, Stroud comes back, gets the job done today, and gets these motherfuckers into the playoffs. Possibly. It'll be a lot of fun to watch.
I like the over better than the Texans. If I was going to pick if I was going to pick one to actually legitimately bet, I think that this game could go over very easily. It could turn into a little bit of a track shoot. I mean, the Texans are probably winning this game. I don't mind the Texans money line for a lay. I think the Texans win, but I could see the Titans doing some dumb shit and bringing this game within 2 or 3 points at the end, and you get missing by the hook.
Should be a great game for props, to be honest. Like DeAndre Hopkins, I think CJ Stroud 2+ touchdowns, passing touchdowns. I like that too, to be honest. He's been an
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins, he's back. 2 longest reception. He's always that guy that's going deep, even just as the receiving yards. Love Nico today. There's a lot of props in this game that I could definitely get behind. Even a Derrick Henry touchdown, like absolutely.
For plus money too. That could hit on the very first drive. If they get the ball down the field, he's going to get a chance to get in the end zone. All right, we got player props. Let me move a couple things around here. I
want to pull this up. Casey picks. Personally, I feel fine with it because my family's very responsible and level-headed. And they ask me for the locks as a joke because they know those don't exist. But that's what I would stress with your family is the locks don't exist and don't judge me off of one pick.
Unless it's the winner, then that's who I am.
Right. And then that is me right here.
I am him.
Boom. All right. Speaking of the locks, player prop locks. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Yo, happy New Year's Eve, man. How you doing?
Happy New Year's Eve, boys. Happy New Year's Eve.
Glad to have you here, buddy.
Chilling. So I'm doing a parlay at 1 o'clock. I really like these 1 o'clock games. I feel like they're much better than the 4 o'clock. For props wise, at least, just because you got some divisional games, this, that, and the third. Like you guys are talking about, CJ Stroud. So I'm gonna dive into 4-legger that I got. It's Niners minus 6.5. I just think off such a not a bad loss, but everyone's talking about the Ravens now, this, that. I think they're gonna, with Sam Howell starting, I don't think it worries me. So minus 6.5. Bills minus 5.5. We know they lost to the Patriots, but I mean, you're seeing a number minus 14 that I think is really telling with the last home game of the season for the Bills. I think they're going to dominate. And then I got Kamara 25 plus receiving yards, and then Rashid White 75 plus rush plus receiving, and that's plus 200.
So you kind of watered everything down a tiny bit just to go a little bit lower on, especially the lines and then the player prop lines as well.
Right. So and that Bucs Saints matchup, I believe. So White has hit this number in 6 of 7 home games. Kamara has hit the number in 9 of 12 games in general this season, and he hasn't been featured in the game as much. But I mean, divisional game, must-win situation for both teams. These running backs, to me, when I look at them, they remind me of each other, how they play and how they, get in and out. And so I think they're going to be featured in this game a lot in a close game throughout.
Good looks, dude. So yeah, I agree with you on both the spreads kind of altered down. I mean, I think they maybe could both cover the regular spreads. The Niners minus 6.5, and then you said the Bills minus 5.5.
Yes, yeah, just in case, I don't know, if something gets tricky at the end there, but yeah.
Some Bill Belichick bullshit, and then a little SGP in the Saints Bucs game of Rashad White rushing and receiving, and then Kamara receiving yards.
Yeah,
good looks, man. Good stuff all around. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for being a part of the squad. And you got any plans for New Year's Eve? You got do anything fun tonight?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it nothing crazy. Just go to my friend's house, hang out there, and then just come home later. Much love, boys. Love you
Yes.
guys. Real.
Yeah, man. Take it easy, buddy. Appreciate you being here.
All right.
Thanks so much. Have a fantastic 2024. We'll catch you later.
I got just one more. I got a touchdown
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
And then, yeah, so I like Jeff Wilson. I know it's a crazy one. Jeff Wilson Jr., right? Doesn't have any touchdowns on the year, only 22 carries this season, but Moster's out. And we know with the Dolphins inside the 5-yard line, I feel like he's, their goal line back. He's their, 3rd and 2 guy, 3rd and 1. So I really like him. He's sitting at plus 270. So I thought it was a little interesting. Obviously, everyone's going to run A-Chain. I love A-Chain. I think he's going to kill it in the receiving department and, getting the yards, just like a Jahmyr Gibbs, but not essentially going to get in the end zone like, how the Lions use Montgomery. So, yeah, I like Jeff Wilson, plus 270, 280, I think it is.
Nice.
One of those.
Good look, bro. Plus 310 I'm seeing right now, too. So a little bit cheekier value on the blue book.
Okay.
But,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 280. It's creeping up, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. It's a
Yeah,
long
man.
shot, but inside the
Those
5,
are
I
the-
think he's going to be in the game. Give me a chance.
Those are the best ones. All right. Well, good looks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much. Have a kick-ass New Year tonight, and we'll see you in 2024, man.
Always, boys.
Take it easy.
Better, brother.
I don't
Nice
want to
little
let
cheeky.
this go on, you know what I mean? Unseen.
You had to.
That was a
You
good
just
one.
had to, didn't you?
What the?
Even on a question, even on a down year, would you take Etienne over Henry this season statistically? If you
No.
look at the stats. Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's all we need to talk about. Moving on.
So it is.
Mic drop.
That's all we need. That's all we need. Oh, that threw me off, man. I thought that comment. Raiders call. W player props. Really like that parlay, actually. I like that. Last year as a Titan. Welcome to the Pats, Henry. Oh, that would be interesting. That's not happening, but that would be interesting.
Is that where old running backs go now?
I don't know.
Zeke?
No idea. Yeah, true. Imagine Henry and Zeke fucking eating together.
Henry is not as washed as Zeke. Let's not fucking go
I
there.
mean, Zeke's having a good year. He's gotten to the end zone a bunch of times. He's probably the only offensive weapon on that Pats team right now.
A team that's 4-11, we're gonna be like, this team is like Zeke's doing good. No,
I mean, the Titans are what?
Titans
like
are 5-10.
5-10. That's like
your argument is that we shouldn't be talking about either team. That's your
Yeah.
argument.
exactly.
Let's move on. All right. Colts taking on the Raiders. Another AFC matchup. Big game for both of these teams. Both of these teams really need to win to stay in playoff contention. Colts minus 3.5 at home to the Raiders plus 3.5. Minus 184 on the money line towards the Colts. Over under set at 41.5. No plays in this game for me. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this one. I kind of lean with one side or the other, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first before we look into this further.
Honestly,
I'm not touching this game at all.
Okay.
Drizzy sent Pittman touchdown in
I
our group chat. I really want to take that. That's
I like
all.
that.
What about you, Sukh?
was just gonna say I didn't do my job at all. I have no idea what's going on.
That's fair. You're here for the vibes, which we appreciate.
I did stutter dud. Claim responsibility.
You made the background too, which is electric.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Oh my God.
So I kind of lean with the Raiders to cover. I've never believed in this Colts team all season. I think they're frauds. I really don't think that they're very good. I think that if they make the playoffs, they're going to lose in the first round. I don't think the Raiders are very good either, but I think the Raiders have a bit more swagger to them right now. I think they believe in a bit more of what's going on. I also like Zamir White, but he's on my fantasy team. So
Zamir for what?
Boom. I like him for a tutty. I also like him to have a good game on the ground. The Colts defense is pretty good statistically against the run, but I think that the Raiders are going to have a chance to get Zamir White going in this one and for him to score a touchdown.
Mhm.
But I think I'd lean with 3.5. Don't have a play on it. But I think if I was having to take a side here, I would definitely take the Raiders plus 3.5. Shaggy, thoughts?
Mhm.
No, I mean I kind of lean with you, especially after the Raiders embarrassed the hell out of us in Arrowhead on Christmas. I've been a Colts stan saying they're going to sneak their way into the playoffs, but I would not really want to take them here. Total stay away for me, but yeah, I would probably take the Raiders if I had to bet this.
Do you guys feel like this could like be a letdown spot for the Raiders after like big win
Yeah.
against KC? Now you're coming up against this like mediocre Colts team, right? But
The
Gardner
other
Minshew
side of it.
shows up when you least expect him to, right?
Right.
Then you place a bet on him and you need him to do something, and he's nowhere to be found. Neither is this Colts team. But Jonathan Taylor is back and healthy, right? Michael Pittman has been playing well, and Gardner Minshew has been playing well. I really think that the Raiders are primed to get maybe they're like doors blown off. Aiden O'Connell didn't complete a pass for the last 3 quarters of this game. This is a 4-quarter game. For 3/4 of that game, he did not complete a pass, which is insane, and they still won. This feels like Colts money line. Don't fuck with the points. Just throw them in your parlay, and I think Gardner Minshew gets us a dub today.
I could very much see the Colts winning and the Raiders covering. I think that could very much so happen. Yeah, I like Pittman too. That touchdown is a cheeky look. I like his yards, his catches, anything Pittman today should be a good spot. But yeah, I don't know. This is one of those games where weird shit could happen because both teams really need to win, like real bad.
Yep.
And like that desperation does some weird things to teams. So, speaking of needing to win, the Jaguars hosting the Panthers, needing to win desperately. All 3 of these AFC South teams need to win desperately. The Jaguars probably have the easiest on paper match. Well, maybe the Titans for the Texans, but kind of almost the same as the Titans versus the Texans. The Panthers come into town to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. 3.5-point favorites are the Jaguars against the Panthers. Would you ever thought the Jags would be 3.5-point favorites at home against the Panthers 3 weeks ago? No Trevor Lawrence today. CJ Beathard is starting for the Jaguars, which is probably why it's 3.5. Over-under set at 37.5. I actually do have a play in this game. I have 2 plays in this game. So I'm going to go first. They're both props, always. The first one is Bryce Young, over 174.5. We got a sub bang. Let's go.
Cool.
Sub bang.
7. I'll just play Breen. We haven't heard him in a minute.
Bangity bongity.
Give me the
Pulls up 3-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
Thanks for the sub, boys and girls. We love you so much. Appreciate the support. Okay. Bryce Young, over 174.5 passing yards. The Jaguars.
T-Rob.
Hey, T-Rob.
T-Rob bang.
T-Rob bang. The Jaguars are bottom 3 in the NFL in passing yards allowed. Bryce Young's actually been playing. I know he's not been amazing, and everybody has obviously shit on him because he's been a bad number 1 pick. But he's actually been pretty good in the passing department. He had over 300 passing yards last week. I don't think he's going to have that this week. However, I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities to throw the ball against this Jacksonville secondary, who is not very good and is banged up. I like the over 174.5. I also like the 225 plus for plus 330. We're only asking for 225 passing yards from an NFL quarterback in a good matchup for plus 330. Yeah, I really like it. I also like DJ Chark, who is a wide receiver for the Panthers. Over 23.5 receiving yards is his line. He used to play for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I was going to say, revenge game.
The Jaguars shipped him out of town to this Panthers team. He's been coming on as of late. He's hit in 3 of his last 4 games. He just had 80 receiving yards last game. He's had 50-plus receiving yards in 2 of his last 4. I like 50-plus for plus 425. Kind of ties in with the kind of stack of Bryce Young getting the job done. I really like DJ Chark in this matchup. If he has a shit game, he has a shit game. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But I really think he has a chance if he catches. I like his longest reception, too. His longest reception is hit in 6 of his last 7 games. I think it's like 14 or 15.5. I really like that spot, too. But give me DJ Chark. Wasn't expecting to play 2 things in this game, but here we are. So there you go.
It's actually a great play. I didn't even think of that. I forgot that he used to play for the Jaguars.
I really like Chark. Looking at his chart.
I was thinking. I mean, I was liking it just because of how he's been playing the last month, and I think Bryce Young seems to have found like some rhythm with him, which is good. But then I was like, oh yeah, he used to play for the Jags. Oh fuck, I'm pressing this button. Let's go. So we'll see what happens. I also kind of I like maybe they both hit, which would be great. But then if one doesn't hit and Chark gets just 50 yards, then I'm covering both, and it's fine. But I think the Panthers could have a chance to maybe surprise the Jaguars today. It's kind of my Jaguars hatred coming out a little bit, but CJ Beathard hasn't played a football game in a long time. You know, they weren't playing great with Trevor Lawrence starting. So like this could be a bad spot for them. No side, not going to touch this whatsoever, but that's kind of my initial thoughts. I know I said a lot about this game because I had a couple things to say, but do you guys have some reads on this one?
Yeah, I think that the wheels are starting to fall off on this Jaguars team. They started off super fucking hot with big wins against big teams, but the Trevor Lawrence injury is huge. That guy, say whatever you want, he's an NFL quarterback, and he's going to be in the top like 15, top 10 probably throughout his career. But this Jaguars team has not looked good, even with him in the lineup, like you said, SPJ. And I just think that this Panthers team is like this Bears team, finally kind of finding their offensive groove a little bit. They may not win, they may not do anything, but look at this line, 3.5. I get it, it's CJ, whatever, but this is a home game.
Yeah.
Jaguars in a desperate need for a win to secure the division and secure a playoff spot. Like, this is a crazy, crazy line. I think even Vegas thinks that the Panthers could keep this one close. We saw them come alive in the second half against Green Bay last week. I really think that this Jaguars defense is piss poor. They rank bottom 4 in pass yards allowed, allowing 256 per game. And I just think that this is the kind of matchup in Jacksonville, Florida, that maybe a guy like not Stroud, what's his name, Bryce Young, needs to kind of just like get his feet under him in these last 2 games before the season ends.
Yeah, sounds like we're seeing things the same way, which is always scary. But I mean, it makes sense. Like the line's kind of telling you that the Jaguars defense is bad. The weather's nice in Florida, so it should be nice weather for a pretty decent game. It's kind of juiced towards the under, maybe because both of these teams don't have a really high-powered offense necessarily. But I don't know. Gents, you guys got any additional thoughts on this one?
I did check Chuba Chuba over 64.5 yards. For -110, I did play that. I did definitely play that. I played that 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and he's been hitting it. So I'm playing that definitely again this week. Not with a lot of confidence, but I'm playing it.
Alberta boy gets the job done for his Alberta boys. I can tell you that.
Chuba's been really good, man. Since they kind of just said it's not Sanders. We're rolling with Chuba, so it makes sense. Yep. Shags, anything else, or should we move on?
Nah, let's move on.
Okay. Let's skip this. I do have a play in this Eagles-Cardinals game, but let's just blow past it. I like, unless you guys have something else you want to say about this game additionally, but I really like DeAndre Swift in this game. Cardinals are bottom 6 in the NFL against the run. Swift has been hit his rushing yards line in 4 of his last 5 games. Actually, 4 of his last 6 games, excuse me. I like the 68.5 rushing yards. I think the Eagles are going to try to dominate this team on the ground. I really like DeAndre Swift. I did ladder it to 100, even though he hasn't done that since the beginning of the season, just for a little sprinkle. But that's the only thing I saw in this game that kind of stood out to me. You guys got anything in this one? 12.5 point spread. I mean,
12.5 point spread. The Eagles should be up big late in the game, and I think that Swift should get a ton of carries. This is it's good for the Eagles. It's one of their easier games at the tail end of the schedule here, but they need this win, and they should you said it's a 12.5 point spread. They should be up big. Why not just feed Swift and get him going before the playoffs begin here, right?
It's kind of my thinking. Which I mean, Kyler Murray's back, so that he could kind of fuck around and make this fairly interesting for a portion of this game. Yeah. But I don't know, 12.5 points at home. How they've been playing recently. This feels like an Eagles stomp job.
Did the Eagles lose last week again?
Who did they even play? I can't even remember.
What am I blanking?
I am blanking.
Eagles going to mop the card. Yeah, I kind of agree.
Eagles,
did they lose?
No, they beat the Giants. They beat the Giants.
Yeah. But they lost back-to-back games before that, and then they beat up on
3 in a row. 3 in a row, yeah.
And even then at the end, the Giants started maybe putting up some points, and Tyrod Taylor kind of made that a little bit of a sweat. I don't think the Eagles covered at the end. No. So I think that this is going to be one of those stomp them out, finish them off games. It's in Philly. Again, Cardinals play in a hot environment. They play in a dome. That Philly, what is it, Lincoln Financial is not forgiving. And I'm not even just talking about the field, the crowd there in the winter is insane.
I also feel like that they need to stomp somebody. Like if they only win this game by a touchdown, I don't think they're going to be satisfied. The way that they've been playing the last month, they need to beat the shit out of someone. And I feel like this is a good spot to do it. I'm not going to play the 12.5. Fuck that. But I kind of feel like that this game could be a 21 point drubbing person.
I got their money line in a Bozo pack.
Yeah.
I like the Swift play. I really think that Swift's gonna have a big game today. I think that he could flirt with 100, maybe even bust off a couple big runs, maybe even get in the end zone, but just the regular line for me. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about this. Let's get Sukh bricked up and talk about this Saints-Bucks game. The Bucks at home taking on the Saints in Tampa Bay today. 2.5 point favorites on the spread, 144, minus 144 on the money line towards the Bucks. The over-under set at 42. No plays for me in this one, so I'll just pass it off to you guys. What are you guys thinking on this game?
So you go first.
Nobody's got nothing.
I have some thoughts.
I already talked about staying the hell away from this game.
All right, V, hit us with your
V, what
plays,
you got?
baby.
Dude, I really think that this is going to be a fun fucking game. And I don't normally say
Yeah.
this, but I think I'm going to bet with Vegas today, man. Like, the Saints defense has been really fucking good. But this Bucs team coming in as 3.5-point favorites with the division on the line, like, you cannot pay me to fucking bet on Derek Carr in a moment like this. I can't do it. Baker Mayfield, say whatever you want about him. He leaves it all out on the field every single week, no matter what team he fucking plays for. Derek Carr, I cannot say the same about. He quits on his team. We've seen it before. He's yelling at his teammates. Not a good leader. The Saints defense is fantastic, but I just think that the Saints have let it slip this year. I think that this is the year the Bucs are going to win the division, go to the playoffs, and it's going to be one of those years where, like, Saints fans are fucking pissed at management. They're pissed at the coaching. They're pissed that they paid Derek Carr this much money. He hasn't even started his official contract with the Saints yet. He's still he's still under that Raiders contract, getting paid so much by them. He hasn't even entered that big ass contract he just signed. You know, there's a lot of pressure on Derek Carr in a divisional game in Tampa. I just don't. I can't bet him in this kind of situation. So I think I'm gonna put money on Baker Mayfield today.
So, wow.
I would agree that I think that we can maybe all do this in our GRIDDY-IRON 3 or 4, however we want to do it today. I'd be down to ride the Bucs today. I think the Bucs get the job.
I'll be down to make Shaggy ride the Bucs with us today.
I think so. I would don't want to touch the spread. I think this game could literally come down to the last kick of the game, last play, whatever it's going to be.
I didn't know this.
Shaheed is going to go bonkers.
And Davis, they're cousins. That's fine.
I do lean a little bit with Carr having a good game just because this Bucs passing defense is so bad and the weather's going to be nice in Tampa, so it's good for passing the football.
He's going to have a shit game, man. It's so frustrating with Derek Carr. I don't know. I can't talk about him.
But statistically though, he'll look up and he'll have over 300 passing yards. I mean, they're still sucking.
Exactly. It was like the other game where they scored at the end. He threw that big bomb. It was fucking killer for me in fantasy, but it did nothing. Like you're showing up too late to the game, right? Sure. Making these big plays way too late in the game. Fuck the Saints.
I was talking about more just from like betting his passing yards. Not.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I think he'll be down.
Yeah. Shag, were you going to say something additionally? I know you said you got nothing. You don't want to ride anything, but
no.
Are we going to force you to bet the Bucs today?
Yeah, I think you guys are. I could bet the home team Bucs.
All right, let's go.
Especially since I shit on them a couple weeks ago and put my Packers in there, and it did not go well. Like I said, I've been wrong a lot this NFL season.
I mean, I feel like the Bucs and the Packers could be a nice little starter for us.
That's what I was just going to say. We haven't gotten to the Packers game yet, but I was going to say I'll be down to ride the Packers with Shags.
A little take me home piece right before fucking ball drops.
Maybe.
Let's go.
Oh, it's the Sunday. Yeah.
I wish the Rainbow Warriors took us home last night, Shaggy.
Yeah,
oh my God, right? Dude.
I'm glad they lost outright. They didn't deserve to win. They actually had a valiant comeback in the second half, but
they did.
You said the Rainbow Warriors? I thought you were cracking a joke about Golden State.
Oh. No, we were talking about.
We bet on Hawaii.
We bet on Hawaii.
We had Hawaii to cover our Espresso 3 yesterday.
Oh, every time I tell Shaggy, I gotta go deep into the score app and fucking find these teams. I hate it so much.
It's actually hilarious, bro. They don't even show all the college basketball games. You have to go deep into it to fucking find it.
You have to click the more button.
Chase right away. Yeah, you gotta click more. You gotta go all the way down and find the fucking hosemen.
Dude, when I was on the East Coast,
some of these
start times were fucking 1 a.m. for me for Hawaii. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Late night, baby.
Late night, baby. Yeah, but I think we should throw the Packers in. We'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about this. Let's just skip the Niners game. I have beans on Brock Purdy to go over his passing yards. I think the Niners are going to absolutely demolish the Commanders today.
Yeah, it's a 14 spread. That's let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, I like Purdy. Ladder it to the moon. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. But I think that Purdy bounces back after last week and goes nuclear today. I also like his touchdowns. You can ladder it to 4 for plus 800. I want to take that.
What's your favorite Purdy thing? Like receptions, I mean, completion. Sorry.
No, his yards. His yards.
Okay.
Yeah, I laddered his yards all the way up to 350. I just think that he could. I think that he could just. Well, as Hovey also said, Shanahan hates the Commanders. Like, does not like them. He's gonna. And then how they looked last week, I'm sure their practice this week was like, boys, you guys want to score 100 next week? Let's fucking score 100 points next week. So anyway, Steelers, Seahawks. Yep, taking Purdy. I took Purdy at 265.5. I laddered it all the way up to 350. Laddered it up responsibly. I took Purdy. Actually, I took Purdy at 263.5 last night. And I got 300 plus at plus 210. I got 325 plus at plus 360, plus 360, and then I got 350 plus at plus 700. The last three are just sprinkles. I put a regular unit on the pure Purdy regular line. So there you go. Okay, next game. The Steelers taking on the Seahawks. A little AFC, NFC battle. Both teams also need to win for playoff contention. The Seahawks, 4.5-point favorites at home, minus 200 on the money line. The over under is set at 40.5. I got nothing on this game. I need to even peep this game. I ain't got nothing going on here. I don't know anything. If you guys have any thoughts on this one, should be a pretty good game. I just didn't like anything necessarily that stood out to me. Maybe Najee rushing yards, but that was about it.
Everything I looked at was super weird in this game. I looked at Najee. I looked at Jalen Warren. It was just really weird. And it was like Jalen Warren for 50 yards was plus 210. And I was just like, what the hell is going on in this game? And I completely skipped over it.
Well, the Seahawks.
I was going to say, my buddy's a Steelers fan. So I was just going to say it's the Steelers for him.
It's Steelers?
Okay. I don't know.
I mean, the Seahawks just beat the Titans last week on a last drive to win the game type of situation. Hey, Freddie or Scooby, I don't know.
That's Scooby. Freddie's downstairs.
Hi, Scoobs.
Mad,
but the Seahawks don't have a very good rushing defense whatsoever. Not good. I watched it. Henry went nuts last week, and I think that Najee could have a good game. His rushing yards line is pretty low. And I think that as long as this game doesn't get out of hand and the Seahawks, as long as the Steelers hang around, I mean, Mason Rudolph looked good last week. Obviously, I don't think he's going to do what he did last week from Thursday Night Football, but Mike Tomlin's had a lot of time to prepare for this game. So initial thoughts, but again, I don't want to touch a spread here. Ugh, no way. Okay. Anything else? V, you got anything you want to add on this one?
Not really.
You're a little blurry. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Last two, and then we'll. Nope, still blurry.
Come on.
Super
close up.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what
All right.
happened.
Just keep you blurry. It's all right.
You're fucking gross, bud.
All right, let's talk about the Chiefs Bengals. You sent him to the summit. Chiefs Bengals. Shags, I want to get your thoughts on this game from a non-homer perspective. It's a 6.5-point favorite. They're 6.5-point favorites at home in Arrowhead. I know you said you're going to a watch party for this game for your Chiefs later. Minus 120 on this minus 6.5 is what I'm seeing right now. Minus 310 on the money line. Over under set at 45.5. Are the Chiefs winning big today?
I sure fucking hope so. Dude, I really wouldn't touch this spread with a 10-foot pole. I mean, I would hope we can win this game at Arrowhead against Jake frickin' Browning in a crucial game. I mean, we don't have the division locked up yet. I mean, the Broncos could still technically catch us, or the Raiders. So, I mean, this win will do it. However, yeah, I hope we would win this game in a game to clinch the division at home against a backup quarterback right before the playoffs. But after last week, I'm not touching it. I mean, I'll throw the money line in a lay, but I'm not confident at the 6.5 at all.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Unfortunately, I mean, I feel like that it's a trap.
I agree.
Oh, I don't know how to bring the other thing back up. Fucking hell! There we go.
There you go.
I got it.
Yay, buttons. You figured it out. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I was thinking about maybe doing something with Mahomes in this game just because of, or even Pacheco, because the Bengals rushing defense is really bad and Pacheco's back. But
he's going to be our only back too. So
because no Edwards-Helaire, right?
Yep. Or
no.
McKinnon.
Okay.
Both of them out.
I kind of like that even more than what's the rushing line on that? 62.5.
Yeah.
I mean, this Bengals running defense is bad, dude. They cannot defend the run
I guess
whatsoever.
Blair is technically questionable, but I don't think he's gonna play.
I don't see lines for him.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. If I didn't already have units pending on lots of things, I would have probably play that. But I'm gonna stick with just saying that I like that play. You two got any thoughts on this one besides what we just talked about, or shall we keep it going?
I know Jamar Chase's back, but like this Chiefs defense has been fantastic this year. Every time I try to target a receiver or a running back against them, the game just turns to shit. You know what I mean? Like that I feel like, what was it last week? They lost on 2 offensive turnover touchdowns for the Raiders, right? Like their defense was responsible for giving up, I think, 1 score and 1 field goal, maybe. Like
just a field goal.
Just the field goal. There you go. Like they've been fan-fucking-tastic this season, and I really think that like they hold up tonight against this Bengals team. But I don't know, man. I just probably stay off of it. Kelsey touchdown. Let's ride with Hobie.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I do like that. What are the odds on that?
It's like -120, I think.
It's always -120.
I know.
I'm seeing +105 right now.
Wow. On Hard Rock?
I'm looking on the Blue Book.
Oh, interesting.
Career games against the Commanders. So I stack these 2 touchdowns each. Kittle, Henry, and Swift comes out to be 42,800. Put a buck on it, $428. I like that at Conix. I like that for my fantasy team too because I have Derrick Henry. Need a big game from the King.
You can actually find him +110. Is out there.
Kind of like that, dude. You should probably score.
Wow. But yeah, but -135 on the Green Book still. It's incredible.
Wow. That's a massive discrepancy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Crazy. Well, definitely, if you're going to take it, play that +105.
Right.
All right, last game, and then we'll talk about Sunday Night Football. Actually, do you guys have anything in this Broncos-Chargers game? I don't.
No. I think I lean over. I'm probably not going to bet it, though.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah, I kind of
That
like
might be a
too.
call the number game.
Yeah, might be.
2 backup quarterbacks, teams that, I mean, the Broncos still have something to play for, but both these teams are technically pretty much toast.
Right.
Yeah. All right, skipping. Going to the last game of the night. Vikings taking on the Packers. Vikings at home -1.5 in Minnesota. The Packers on the road +1.5, -110. Pretty much pick them on the line. Over under set at 43.5. What is the move with Shaggy? I know you already sold that you're on the Packers. I think that we're all kind of in agreement with you that we like the Packers in this game.
Yes, sir.
And you want to sell your prop really quickly that you were talking about earlier, or do you want to make people read the scribbles?
Nah, I'll just sell it. I'll be nice to the peoples. It's Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed over 4.5 receptions for the Green Bay Packers. It was juicy. -125 is what I paid. And he's only cleared this line in 3 of 14 games this season, which is kind of like, why is this line so high and why is it juiced to the over? It's because he's hitting. He's cleared in his last 2 games, 3 of his last 6, and he's had 4 catches 5 times this year, so right on the cusp. The last 2 weeks, he's caught 14 passes on 18 targets, seen 5 targets at least in his last 6 games. He's averaging 5.2 receptions on 7.4 targets in his last 5 games, and there's not going to be a Christian Watson for the Packers. He's listed as doubtful, but I doubt he plays. There's going to be targets that go around. So I like Jaden Reed. I think it's juice to the over for a reason. I'm okay with paying the juice. 5 catches. Boom.
Bing bong. And Packers money line.
Yeah. Sorry, C Killer.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be
I'm on the opposite, but
it's going to be a close one.
It's going to be a close game.
Okay. So in honor of that, let's leave this for the cooking portion of the program. All right. So we're starting with the Packers money line, eh?
Well, all right. I kind of did some cooking. We were mentioning the Bucks money line, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned the Texans money line, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shaggy, no, I can't, dude. I'm not betting. I will not. I'm not going to bet against my team with you guys. I love you, but no.
But why? It's smart.
Okay. The other two,
I cannot root. I'm not going to root for my team to lose so we hit our parlay.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's make SPJ root for the Colts.
You're telling me you don't want to root for the Texans?
Root.
Well, all right, hang on. Shaggy, finish your thoughts.
So if we put the Bucks, the Texans, and then I have the Chiefs and the Packers, all money lines, I'm getting plus 533 on Bet Online right now.
So Chiefs, Packers,
Bucks, and Texans. All 4 favorites. 3 of them are at home.
I would be down to replace the Texans with the Colts if
that would boost the odds too.
I could be convinced. I kind of like the Raiders to cover, but I think the Colts should win at home.
Well, if we switched out if we switched out the Texans for the Colts, that gets us up to plus 580 for those 4 legs, which would be the Bucks, the Colts, the Chiefs, and the Packers. You got an alternative?
I have an alternative. You guys want to ride with the Bears against the Falcons at home in Chicago?
In place of the Colts?
Yeah.
That would also boost the odds a little.
I don't know. Fuck.
That one's like I could get behind it, especially considering we are gonna kind of root for Justin Fields rushing yards. But it just
Falcons, dude.
And that's one thing that scares me too is they do have all those weapons if they figure out how to use them properly. And I just can't really put money on the Bears, dude. That just hurts.
It's hard to bet on the Bears, man. It's really hard to bet on the even people that live in Chicago don't bet on the Bears.
All right, I've got one.
Okay.
All right.
What about the Rams?
I like the Rams. Is this still in place
just to win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to win.
Just
I like
to win.
the Rams.
That's plus 480. Chiefs money line, Packers money line, Buccaneers money line, Rams money line. It's plus. I'm getting plus 480.
I'm actually getting 492 on Bet Online. I could be convinced with that.
What do you guys think?
I think the Rams 100% handedly beat the Giants, but I think it's a little bit soft. But I'm down. Plus 480 gets the job done.
I mean, the other lines we're not going to get that much better. Like the Colts are minus 200. God bless you.
All right, let's run with the Rams. That's the safer play. Let's run with the Rams.
Okay.
If the Rams lose, I'm sorry, guys, and the Texans win big. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
the Texans are minus 2. The Texans are minus 225. I mean,
Colts are minus 180 though. Let's go with the Rams. Let's go with Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford over Gardner Minshew.
I like Matt Stafford.
Yeah, come on.
He's over. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Sorry, V. Yeah, plus 491 is what I'm seeing.
All right, I'm booking it.
I'm booking it. Let's do it.
We're riding. Okay, let's cook a lotto. Can we start with this, guys? How do you feel about this? We don't have to start with that. I was just saying because Gerald is the last thing he said.
Do we ladder Fields rushing yards? 75?
Down to start with that.
I could do that. 75?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at here?
Rushing for Mr. Fields. 70 plus for plus 178 is what I'm seeing on the blue book. We'd have to go plus 260 for 80, so I say we just leave it at 70.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's, buddy. Appreciate
you.
How about Mahomes?
What?
Passing yards?
I don't know.
Okay, so we'd have to do 80 to go to plus 200. You said 70 is plus 180 something?
Yeah, 70 is plus 178. 80 would be all the way to plus 260. I say we just leave it at the 70, at least for now.
Okay, I'm down.
Build it up later.
I kind of like what Hovey was saying about Puka Nacua.
Okay.
What did he say about Puka?
That he needs 100 yards and 9 catches to be like to get it
Yeah,
like to be the
the
highest
rookie
receiving. most receiving and catches for a rookie wide receiver. Good matchup too, but we don't have. There's a lot of other spots we could target today. You guys want to be cheeky with me and ride DJ Chark?
I like DJ Chark.
Yes.
I definitely I love the sell job on DJ Chark.
Yeah.
I was looking at his chart.
I'm glad you reminded us.
It was lovely.
Word.
This is
We
yards.
don't even. Yeah, I mean, I think if we go to 40, probably we don't even have to go to 50.
40s plus 188, 50 is plus 300.
I said we go to 50 on this one to like boost the
Overall odds.
I agree.
All right.
Cool.
Word.
One more. What was his name? Jeff Wilson Jr. How do you feel about that? The only thing is the Ravens don't give up a lot of touchdowns. They've only given up 6 touchdowns all year to running backs, like total. So
I think I just want to enjoy that game.
Yeah.
I don't even really want to touch that at all, personally.
Stroud 3+ touchdowns, or what's the Hopkins touchdown odds right now?
It's plus 200.
I mean,
I'm very-
Hopkins
I
getting
could
the
be
end
very
zone against his
convinced.
former team in his former building. It's in a dome.
I like the yards too. Either
Yeah.
one. I mean, I think that he should have. It's juiced a little bit too. He's had 20 receiving yards in 2 straight games. So I think the books.
Never mind. That's in that Ravens game. But I know that Chef did tweet something about Odell Beckham Jr. being 2 touchdowns away from like $500K.
A big bonus. Yeah.
Big bonus.
I did like
He
that
probably
too.
won't, like hit the other bonuses that he has lined up right now, just because of like Zay Flowers and I think he needs like 200 yards to get to the 750.
Mm-hmm.
Less likely, but 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks is very, very doable. I don't hate
Especially
that one either. Against the
especially in 2
Dolphins
games.
defense that is very porous. Ravens coming in
Yeah.
as favorites.
Especially 2 games they should not need to win and will play competitively.
And former teammates Jalen Ramsey and Odell Beckham Jr. from the Rams won a Super Bowl together. Now they're on opposite sides, and I think that OBJ is going to pull the softer matchup just with the way Zay Flowers has been playing the last few weeks. But again, we could just watch that game and enjoy it and look at.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, especially for the value. Should we just do D-Hop touchdown and Beckham touchdown and just call it?
Yeah.
Do those two?
Not overthink it.
So it was those 2 and DJ Chark, 50+.
And then Fields rushing yards.
Fields rushing yards, sick.
I'm only getting plus 165 for D-Hop on the blue book.
It's gone down. You guys want to do his yards instead?
I mean,
If it's 4 legs, the plus 165 isn't bad.
No, we're 4 legs is over plus 10,000 of what I've got right now. I got Fields 70+ rushing yards, DJ Chark 50+ receiving yards, and then a DeAndre Hopkins and an Odell Beckham Jr. touchdown for plus 10,803.
That's a 4-leg lotto I like a lot, to be honest. And you know me, I'm always about the 3-leggers. I like this 4-legger right here.
Okay.
And it's also, we're not asking anybody to do anything like wildly outlandish. Like
Not ridiculous.
DJ Chark can catch a bomb like in the first half.
Yep.
So,
Or two 25-yarders and you're there.
Exactly.
D-Hop and Odell 1 play, and then we just need Fields to run around a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, is this the one?
I'm in. So let's start the year with a fucking bang, boys. Let's end it.
Chat, this is just for you guys. Nobody else is getting this, but everybody will see the winning slip after it smacks.
Absolutely. Shaggy, can you put 5 on that for me, please?
Yeah, brother, I got you.
Gracias, senor. Yeah, you guys, we only do the lottos for you guys in the chat. So everybody in here listening, it's what you guys got. We will be posting the regular guy, which I will read off to you right now for you guys in the chat as well if you want to write 4 money lines. But the lotto's just for you. We will get a run back. We will do a recap, everything Goody GG. Yeah, we'll post it on the screen too. So this is the regular guy, regular 4-legger, the money lines. Buccaneers, money line. The Rams, money line. The Chiefs, money line. Packers to take us home, money line. Plus 492. Bing bong, bang. There it is on the screen for you. If you guys want to screenshot it, leave it up for a second. Bucks, Rams, Chiefs, Packers, all to win. If you want to get cheeky, take their spreads, but don't do that. Bucks, Rams, Chiefs, and then there is the lotto.
Oh, boom! There we go.
Approximately. DJ Chark from the Panthers to get 50 receiving yards. DeAndre Hopkins to get a touchdown, Odell Beckham Jr. to get a touchdown, and Justin Fields to have 70 rushing yards plus 10,000. It's on the screen for you guys. Bing, bong, bang.
Boom. There it is.
Boom. Not bad.
There
James.
it is.
I got a good feeling about this one, guys. I do. I actually do. I haven't said it in a minute.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I just looked at the D-Hop picture you were talking about him getting a haircut. He's also playing PlayStation.
Yeah.
He's a PlayStation controller in his hand.
Yeah.
But he's getting in the end zone today, boys. It's written.
100 plus and a tutty. Book it right now. Rosen for this. Loving this lotto. Let's go. Let's get it. Making Rosen.
Blazing Waffles, the man.
My guy.
I know.
Some syrup, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good looks, gents. Let me move this out of here. We can get us into our little closing pose here. We appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us the entire season. It's been awesome. We obviously have the playoffs coming. It's going to be a fun time in the playoffs. We're really looking forward to spending the playoffs with you guys. The last week of the season is next week, but this is our last show of 2023. Gents, before we send everybody out, we've done it on all the other shows. You guys got a favorite Gridiron Gang memory from this year, from 2023?
Yeah, it was that day that Sukh came in and yelled about Baker with his chest. Then we watched Baker throw 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, and Sukh went from texting me in the morning saying I hate football to I fucking love this sport.
I only took it for 2 tutties, so I fucking pussied out. So
it's okay, man. Hey, you said it with your. Isn't it? I think the best thing about sports betting is when you say something with your chest that you feel really strongly about, and shit just smacks.
No. Mm-hmm. My chest. The thing about my chest is that it's concave, so I've never said anything with my chest.
Can you eat like cereal out of your chest?
Can you do that? I played soccer with a guy that had. Shut up, Siri. I played soccer with a guy that had the bowl in his chest, and he would legit eat cereal out of his chest. It was very strange. Yeah.
Tell that guy.
Wild.
His name was also Daniel. This was when I was like a teenager. I'm trying to think about some favorite memories. I think one was when we had the discussion about the Cardinals not being that bad. That was probably that was a highlight of the entire season.
That was a good debate.
That was a very good debate. We've had a lot of fun shows. It's been an awesome time with you guys all season long. We appreciate the love and the support that you guys give us. We could not do this without you. Thank you so much for tuning in every single Sunday and hanging out with us. We hope that you've enjoyed the show. The show's not going away, but it's the end of the year, baby. This is the last time you will see our faces in 2023. We really appreciate all of you guys. Go follow my amigos over here at Jess Sukh, at VSauce with 3 A's, at Shaggy_bets. Go follow me, Sweatpant Jesus, and go follow all of us. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News. We just appreciate the love and the support, and we hope that we help you guys get smarter every single day. Glad to be stuck with you, Blazing. We hope this helpful for you guys. It's helpful for us, man, with the spaces and with these doing them every single day. It's really helping us get better. We hope it's helping you guys get better, and we just want to smack some bets and have a good time along the way. So appreciate all of you. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve. Gentlemen, do you guys have any last words for these people before we send them off into the 2023 sunset?
I'm in fucking shambles, boys. I'll see you on the other side.
Happy New Year, everybody, and let's have a big 2024.
Wow, Sukh logged off
literally
before
left.
he finished. He just said deuces. You guys came for the winners. You stayed for the incredible vibes. Thank you so much for everything in 2023. Can't wait to see you in 2024. We will catch you on the next one. Peace, guys. Take it easy.
See you next
what
year.
You know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
In the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about